You tune in to Real Talk with Tamara, where conversations are real, voices are heard, and the real stars here. The real stars here. No filter, no fear. Truth in the mic, let the whole world hear. Stories unfold, voices sincere. Welcome to the place where the real starts here. From life and love to the latest news, community voices, different views, breaking it down so we all stay clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here. Real talk with Tamara. Real people, real stories, real truth.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things, okay? You guys, we're going to talk about straight drop again today, okay? Straight drop, I think is straight, having a hard time in jail, It looks dark and lonely, when he do the videos and he's showing his risk. And, I get to thinking about, I was talking to one of my subs today, and um, why would a man who has 2 life sentences be flexing? But when you look at his face, straight drop is about 27, 28 years old. He's starting to look really old in the face. And I know, being a young man that had so much life ahead of him is gotta be hard to think about how he has wasted his life away, and the people that helped him to do it has moved on with their lives, right? And he's left in that cell, in that dark cell by himself, to show his wrist. Now, he does a video ever so often, and people say, well, he's got a cell phone in jail. He having it good, most of them have cell phones in jail. I mean, what are you going to do to somebody like Straight Drop that has basically 2 life sentences? He can't even serve. He can't serve but one. Okay, so there's really nothing that he has to lose. I mean, what are they gonna do about him having a phone? Most inmates now do get the opportunity to have a phone. Okay, they let them have. They paid to have some type of phone or something in their cell. So, I mean, so that's basically nothing. I don't know how they monitor that or what the policies are, but they do get to have a cell phone. Okay, I do believe so. I think they're regulating that in quite a few jails, right? They have to pay, but I think it's being regulated throughout the U.S. But so it means nothing about him having a cell phone. Now I don't know if they can have social medias, but I mean he already had a social media. He could easily say he did a video and sent the video to a family member, and they uploaded it to his social media. If they're gonna let him have cell phones, surely you got to know that they jailbreak them or something like that. Somebody was telling me, and they're gonna download those apps. But at this point, I mean, what difference do it make? I mean, if he gets in trouble, what are they gonna do? They can't give him no more time because he's never gonna get out anyways. But looking at when he ever so often when these videos are shown, um you look at him and he just don't look good. Okay, shout out to Holiday Tracks. Okay, he's one of my subs that keep me laced up. I do believe that Miss Shika sent it to me also. Okay, my subscribers kind of keep me laced up on everything. But I want to show this. Okay, you could tell even right here when he went back to court. You're looking at a young man right here when he was in court. Just looking at his eyes, you could tell that there was nothing there. You know, I, it's easy when they say he was back there spazzing out. I mean, his attorney said that, and some of the jailers that was back there with him that I know concurred that he was crying and spazzing and stuff. I know Straight Drop could not have ever thought that he was going to be found not guilty, right? And so he was really back there, um, crying and stuff. And as far as what was posted, I don't think that he posted that on his Instagram, that smart remark about I ain't never taken the cheese or something like that. He was too distraught to do that. Whoever it is that monitors or has access to his page, they made him look worse. Then they hurt him more than anything, but he was going to be found guilty anyways. But I think they were the ones that posted that because, from my understanding, he was too distraught to post anything. I could not believe he thought he was going to walk, but he did. That goes to show that he still has a young mind and he believed what they told him. Okay. So this was when he came back for the sentencing phase right here, and you looking at him and looking at his eyes, and it looks like it's really sad to me. Looking at his eyes, it's like there's nothing there. And the thing that kills me, and this is how I know God is going to make a lot of these older dudes pay. You have a lot of these old ass motherfuckers that sit up and talk about, Drop ain't told nothing. Drop ain't told nothing. He'll stay in jail and do all that time. He'll do my time too, because I'm a bitch and I'm too scared to do time. So we have to make the young dudes feel guilty enough to do it. That's basically what it is. Y'all know I stay on these old Negroes' heads. Okay? But let's look at this video, okay? Let's look at this video. These damn young ass fools gonna have to wake up one day and figure out what these old coons doing to them. But let's run this, okay? If you look at him, okay, look like he's going bald, okay? Now, you gonna have some folks saying, okay, Straight Drop, look like he getting his hair done. He might already have curly hair. He might have a good grade of hair. Who knows? But if he getting his hair done, is who doing it? Another man? So, well, I guess they let men cut their hair and stuff and put Jerry curls in their hair or whatever when they're on the outside too. But it looks like his hair is thinning out. You could see, and Straight Drop is very young. I didn't think their hair and stuff started thinning out like that until they was like in their 30s. But you have to understand, late 30s, you have to understand that this young man is stressed out. When you're stressed, your hair starts to thin. It's gotta bother him to it's killing him. Okay, to know that he can never leave that cell. Now, what is that in the background? That star, okay? Is he Jewish now or something? What that star mean back there? Or is that the devil star? I don't know. Somebody help me out, okay? Well, let's take a. You see that? Look at all of that. He just ain't. He having a hard time. If you look at his hair right here, it and this has just been what in the last couple years. Okay, it wasn't as thin. He ain't have all them bald spots like he got now. Okay, and that's how you know that Straight Drop is having a hard time in jail. All of that stress and stuff. He's not young enough. I mean, old enough for his hair to be to be going and to be bald and having little spots where he's bald and his hair falling out and shit like that. Um, but that's how I know, okay? Because Straight Drop has talked before. I tried to tell y'all that he gonna change his name to Straight Talk real soon. Cause see, when they start, dropping these videos and stuff, and um, they showing they watches. I mean, why he showing a watch? What's that got to do with anything? You in jail, you can't go nowhere. All right. But sometimes you have to go beneath the surface, and maybe I'm stretching it. I don't know, maybe. But When they start showing their arm with their watch on it, I mean, is he sending a message, that time is running out on something? I look at it like that because they're always sending subliminals because Straight Drop don't upload videos very often unless he's trying to send some type of message. Okay. I could see if he was riding social media all the time, but it's not it's not frequent at all that he upload videos, and when he do, he's trying to send some type of subliminal. Okay. um let's keep going. And then it sitting in that cell. It looks lonely in that cell, don't it? Look like it's lonely in that cell. It is. He look like he in that cell. He got a room to himself. They done gave him his own room. Okay. Look like he got his own little cell to himself, and it looks lonely. Um, you down in a dungeon, and you can never see the light of day. Okay, when they let you out for rec time, and that's for 1 hour a day. You can't even do a damn animal like that. Okay, they're not gonna function right. Let's keep going. And I know it's got to be devastating to his mother to see her son locked in that cage because of making a bad decision like he did, and all the rest of these damn fools that helped to egg him on, on the outside. Okay, it really is. It really is. It's sad. It really is, and so that's why I know Straight Drop's name is gonna be changed to Straight Talk real soon. Okay, it's gonna be changed to Straight Talk. He might even get him a little podcast called Straight Talk. He could probably do that now because he already on Straight Talk before. He can give a little podcast. Okay, and so somebody asked me in the comments the other day, what makes, because I said it's something about Straight Drop's case that has always reminded me of Alpo. And so somebody got in the comments about how his case remind you of Alpo. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Straight Dropping them have done quite a few hits. Okay. And Straight Drop knows quite they it's a lot of people that him and a lot of those young dudes around, since some of these quote unquote dudes with money was giving them money to go and knock folks down for them. Okay, that is established. Um, when he starts to talk, he could end up. It's gonna end up being a Alpo type situation where, instead of two life sentences, he might get one. Okay, um, they might, if he tell quite a bit of stuff. They'll they'll knock some time off, and so he could easily go from two to one. They might, if he let the Lord use him, and I don't think that he's beyond that because he got ready to do it before, just like Cornelius did. Okay, um, Straight Drop started letting people get into his head, and it's always been about a look for him. Okay, and he looks lonely. He looks lonely and stressed, and people are moving on with life, and he's getting the opportunity to see because he's posted that the betrayal, the snakish stuff that people have done, how he allowed himself to be used. Okay, because he was very aware of what he was doing, because he thought that he could come up off of the back of another man, and it just didn't work out. It flopped. It straight flopped. Okay, he thought he was getting ready to be a straight hit by taking a hit on Young Dolph, and he straight flopped. Okay, and that's get ready to make him straight talk. Okay, so that's why I say we're gonna see a name change comment. Is I want to say technically you could probably already change his name to Straight Talk, since he has talked before, and then he decided that he didn't want to say anything. He wanted to put Cornelius up to do it. Straight Drop was not that mad at Cornelius at all. Okay, because he wanted for Cornelius to talk. Cornelius just couldn't say anything about Yo Gotti. That would have been credible. It was definitely hearsay because unlike Straight Drop, Cornelius had never been around Yo Gotti. Okay, so yeah, he's having it hard. Just looking at him, it's really sad that he has done this to himself. You know, um, I hate this. And then they basically got him on board to in the beginning he was on board, okay, to help him to take out Teezy. And I think it's got to hit him to know that Teezy never turned on him. Teezy did turn on Quet because he felt like Quet and them were not doing Straight Drop right. And so, I get the feeling now, as far as Devin Burns, since, we know now Devin Burns is the leader of Trula Mafia. You have some people that stay in good graces with Devin, so that Devin can, what's the word that I'm looking for? Um, so that Devin can, I can't believe I just let that slip my mind. The word that I want to say as far as Devin, um, can summons, I guess I'll say this, can summons those little dudes that still listen to him to go and do what is needed. Okay, they have to get the okay from Devin, and then he sends out. I I can imagine what's going on one time, but I know Devin got to know that his day is gonna come. Okay, I know he know his day is gonna come, and I hope that he is not still sending those little dudes. He's not going to take those little young dudes down with him. Those that are, you know, those that are not under the radar right now. Hopefully he wouldn't. Um, so hey, listen, this right here should have been a lesson, but I have to wonder what Devin's relationship is with Straight Drop, right? Because if Straight Drop has issues with Quet, and it's pretty obvious that he has issues with Quet, then I gotta and Quet says that he and Devin are tight. I gotta wonder, what is Devin's stand with as it relates to his relationship with Straight Drop, So you hear Straight Drop talking about betrayal and things of that nature. Um, you get the wondering, who is he talking about? Was he even close to Devin, right? Was he closer to Teezy? Um, we know that they knocked Teezy out the way because Teezy was, wanting, because Teezy knew everything. Teezy was closer to Straight Drop, and he was ready to throw anybody up under the bus to help Straight Drop. Okay, so I guess, and himself too, because he wasn't innocent. He was not innocent in a lot of these things. But now, what Devin and Quet did do was they kind of vindicated Teezy a little bit in his death, because what they did was they said that Teezy didn't have the heart to go kill nobody. So they vindicated him. Okay, they vindicated him. So we know that Teezy ain't going to kill nobody. So it would have been easy for him to try to help Straight Drop as much as he could, since his loyalty was still to Straight Drop, right? Because I guess in his mind, he didn't like what was going on, whatever that was. And he was willing to throw a few people up under the bus. Um, I guess to help Straight Drop. And I do believe that it got back to Straight Drop that Teezy was telling on everybody. Now he knows that that's probably that's the one person that he did have on the street that was in his corner, and he let them um, get him on board to be okay to take him down, right? But they're gonna pay for what they did to Teezy. If they don't pay for nothing else, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jook. And I don't know who took Teezy out. I just believe whoever it was that took him out, they're gonna pay for it. But who knows? I get to thinking about some of these dudes. Um, I heard I heard Quit say that Teezy was not taken out by ops. He said that too easily. And you don't know if that's true or not, because a lot of times what these street dudes would do is they will try and divert you so that, but he didn't give a damn about Teezy. I was going to say, they'll say, well, they ops didn't do it so that they can get the revenge on the op, but he didn't give a damn about Teezy. So we know he ain't going to try to get no revenge on nobody for Teezy, right? So who knows? Maybe he was telling the truth. Okay, somebody said Bang Gang did it. I don't know if Bang Gang was out or not, but I was in shock to see that he lived in that vicinity. But that means nothing. So we don't know, But I do believe that they got Straight Drive up on board to go along with it. Okay, with the permission of whoever the leader was, and and now Straight Drop is starting to see, and I think that's why he's balding, and he's gonna straight talk. He's gonna straight talk, and people get talking about, well, this young dog thing is over. These folks been um, hitting licks and knocking people down. Straight Drop can probably put that whole team in jail if he wanted to. Okay, and but I don't think he want to put everybody in jail. I think it's just a few that he gonna figure out how to walk down without getting the ones that he ain't got no issues with. And if you ask me, Quit and Devin Burns probably is at the top of the list. Like, right? I don't know though. But if I had to guess, I would say that, because you think about it now. Um, you see Quit out and he doing his thing and he's going into the jails and stuff. And hey, I think they need to watch Quit going into them jails, hell, because he be up in there trying to recruit some damn hitmen. He don't need to go around them damn kids, okay? That's already troubled. So they need to make sure they keep the guards and the police around him when he go in there talking to them kids, right? And hey, that might not be a damn bad thing for him to try and push a positive type energy, right? But we already know that Straight Drop has issues with Quet for whatever reasons, okay? And I think whatever those issues are that he has with Quet, I don't think Straight Drop got no issues with um Cornelius. Straight Drop's issue is with Quet. Straight Drop's issue is with Quet and Gotti. And that's what's gonna turn him into straight talk. And I believe Devin Burns is in that too. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. So this right here should be a lesson to all of these young dudes looking at Straight Drop. Okay, Straight Talk. Straight Drop, aka Straight Talk. Okay. And Straight Drop is a nice looking young boy. Okay. When I get to talking about how these kids are handsome and stuff, they talks about me as if I would want these kids. I don't want no damn child. Okay. I like men, grown men. I like older men with money. Okay. So that's got some money. Okay. Because I have a lot of bills. I be needing some help. All right. So, but Straight Drop, they could have made Straight Drop into a star, okay? Because he's not a bad looking kid, okay? And I hate that he feel like that he had to go this route, and they got in them are wrong. If you see that, if Straight Drop really had a talent, and they saw that he was hungry, he grew up in Orange Mound, so he coming from the hood and stuff. Why didn't they just help him? If he had the talent, they could have made money off of him and helped him to make some money, and they could have lured him out of the street by saying, listen, hey, Quet should have got that paperwork right. If this is your artist, You get that damn paperwork right. And, hey, they stole money bag from you from what the vlogs are saying. You learn the damn business and get your paperwork right and make sure that they can't steal straight drop. If straight drop got the talent, rather than put him in the house with Jook so that Jook and because Gotti and them sent him could ruin his life. You got faith in him, you keep shopping him. Okay, you keep shopping them to different labels. I really hate that this is the route that they took. Okay, and now look at him. He's in a cell, a cage. Okay, that is because it's a cage that he could never come out of with his handsome looks, with his youth, with his talent. He can never, he could never. And these old dudes got to pay for what they have helped to do to this young brother because they helped to lead him into a cage that is unlockable and threw the key away because he's in a cage and the key is thrown away. And after a while, nobody will even remember him. Okay, nobody will remember him, right? They'll keep remembering Young Dolph. And when they bring him up, they'll go, oh, yeah, that's that dude, that stupid dude that took him out. But they'll always remember Young Dolph because of his business mind, the sense, what he did at the little time in the industry, his genius, how he was a money getting dude, and how he's got dudes that still in rotation getting money because of his smarts and his wits, right? So people tend to always remember that. They'll never remember him, right? And so this is sad. And so now his mother and them are left to suffer because it's his mom, okay, that truly suffers, right? It's his mother that truly suffers from looking at her child be in this cage because he was led into a burning house by older dudes. But God says, when I get them back for what they did to you, you're going to see it. Straight Drop got to pay for what he did to Young Dolph, but these older dudes got to pay for misguiding him, okay? They're going to pay for that, and we're going to get to witness it, all right? Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.